Hello everybody, my name is Mr. Dog 12. This is going to be the second episode of this, I guess, Kit Spotlight series. I don't know what I want to call it yet, but yeah, I'm just going to stick with Spotlight for now. What kit we're going to do today, we're actually going to do one of the most common kits used ever, and that would be Thor. Probably on screen now. I'll more than likely just throw in clips from a live stream that we did. I don't know, I might get some new clips for it. And once again, I'm sorry about last video, how there was just terrible clips for that. And apparently, one point in the last video, you actually could hear me and Trevor in the background laughing. So apparently, I didn't edit it correctly. But anyways, the kit we're going to do today, we're going to do Thor. You guys probably guessed that when I said almost everybody uses it or has it. But we're going to do Thor. If you don't know, Thor, you spawn with a wooden axe, you right-click the ground, you right-click like a block, and it turns that block into a piece of netherrack that's on fire, and it calls down a lightning strike to that block. So, and if you don't know, lightning does knockback damage, plus, if you catch on fire, so that's really OP. Like, really. But also, Thor has a 5-second cooldown. Yes, so every 5 seconds you can actually spam your Thor axe, and you can just light everything on fire. I know a very common thing that people do is they will surround, the feast, how it's technically a circle, or, Minecraft's version of a circle. Or, yeah, circle, you know what I mean. Minecraft's version of a circle where it's just a bunch of, like, an oval, basically, with edges. But people will actually make that entire outside circle of the feast, they will light it on fire. So either the person will have to jump over the fire or clear out the fire, I guess, unlight it, which is kind of hard to do when you're at the feast. But another thing, if you don't know about Thor, anything you right-click will turn into a netherrack piece on fire. So, let's say you are crafting, or you need to go to a crafting bench, and you right-click the crafting bench with the Thor axe, it will light it on fire. And turn that turn that crafting table into a piece of netherrack, which really sucks, because I've done that so many times. But pros and cons. The pro, of course, of Thor is it's a 5-second cooldown of it's a 5-second cooldown of lightning plus fire. So it really, really sucks when especially when you have to PvP against them. So I've noticed, especially this early in the game, like first, I don't know, let's say 8 minutes or so, first 8 minutes or so, you will actually, or you can actually take out guys that are in full iron. Well, okay, you guys know I suck at PvP. I've been able to do that before. I've been able to take out guys in full iron with just my Thor axe, because what you can do, and I don't recommend this because it is really newbie. People do it and they will scream at you if you do it. But what you do is you Thor the ground, you run, keep on turning around, Thoring, turn around and run, and you will just use up that person. You'll eventually use up all of that person's soup, and you can then technically fight them in a semi-fair fight, even though they will have armor. But you can still, take them on. And Thor, knockback damage, you can knock them back if they're chasing you. Stuff like that. Cons of Thor, I don't really know a con. I guess the only con I could think of or possibly think of right now, is the fact that anything you do right click will turn into nether brick or netherrack, and it'll set it on fire. So, oh, and also, uh, you know, it's a wooden axe, so it's not the best thing in the world. But it's stuff like that. But overall, there's no real con to Thor. I mean, yeah, you can get countered by one kit, but I mean, no one goes Fireman. No, and if you don't know, Fireman is protected from fire damage when you're not standing in lava, and when you are also immune to thunder, or lightning, whatever it is that Thor calls down, thunder slash lightning, I guess. But you are also immune to that. You're also immune to the knockback. So that's the only kit that really counters Thor. And also, this is actually gonna be a really short episode, and it's kind of just an obvious episode, so I'm just stating stuff that everybody knows. But Thor is amazing against tower people. People that tower almost to the sky limit, and then just, try and camp it out till the end. They'll build those giant, like, sky fortresses. They will get destroyed by you if they didn't build it correctly. If they didn't, your Thor can kill them in roughly, like, I've found it to be like 8 to 9 Thor blasts. Or, lightning Thor blasts from lightning will eventually, kill them. But, the fact is, you can just destroy anyone. It's one of the most common kits used, just because all donators have it. Because that was the OP kit a little while ago, before they introduced all these other kits. And it's still really OP early game. Late game, I don't think it's as useful. It's only useful against towering people, or if you know you are outmatched and you need to run, you can just Thor and run. And because that axe has no durability loss when you Thor strike, when you lightning, fire, Thor strike, whatever you want to call it, Thor strike, it does not lose durability. So you could literally run as long as you could, as long as your food lasts. And unless you run into the force field, which I've done before. Without warning. Because for some reason, late game, it sometimes doesn't show you the force field is nearby message in chat. But besides that, guys, I think that's the end of this episode. Like I said in the beginning, like halfway through this was actually a really short episode. It's really obvious just because this is one of the most commonly used kits. There's no real downside to it besides the fact that underground, you're basically useless. Just because the only thing you can do is set blocks on fire, which is still really nice. And it's kind of like an overpowered pyro almost, where you can just set bricks on fire, or set stuff on fire and turn them into netherrack, not nether bricks, sorry. But guys, I think that's it for this episode. This is Mr. Waldark 12, and just peace out, guys. Next episode, I'll try and make an interesting one. I'll do a kit that, like no one plays. And so, yeah. Peace out, guys. And I hope you enjoyed this episode.